Ladies and gentlemen, as you take your seats, we will be joined by this year's graduates of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and welcome the faculty of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dean of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences and his distinguished guests.
Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Michael King, Marshal of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. On behalf of the Dean and the faculty of the Columbian College, I am delighted to welcome you to this celebration for our graduate degree recipients in the 197th year of the George Washington University. We congratulate all of our graduates and join with you, their family, and friends in celebration this weekend as we share sincere pride in our graduates' achievement. In addition to greeting each of our graduates and celebrating their accomplishments this morning, we will also honor faculty excellence in student mentoring. Each year, our graduate degree recipients are invited to nominate a member of the faculty to speak on this occasion. This year's faculty speaker is Ivy Ken, Associate Professor of Sociology. Professor Ken.
Hi, Wakanda forever. Thank you for the invitation to be here today. My partner Ken is here along with my two kids. I want to give them a shout out. When Ken and I got married 15 years ago this June, we had the chance to speak with a dear family friend named Major Everett Jones. Major Jones had served in World War II, as had his wife, Major Margaret Ellen Barnes Jones. They were married for nearly 50 years before she died, and everybody who knew them talked about just what an incredible couple they were. So when Ken and I got married, we asked the expert, Major Jones, do you have any advice for a good marriage? He was 89. He said, no. But then he thought and said, well, you should make the bed together every day. And we thought, what? That's all you have to do for a good marriage? Sweet, we've got this. And I'm here today to talk with you about making your bed. This might seem like a lesson you were supposed to get in preschool rather than on the day when you're celebrating receiving your graduate degree, but it's a lesson I've come to only appreciate after years spent with students just like you. I'm honored to be with you here today and be able to share it, because as I look out among the crowd, I see many of you who I've been able to have in class and whose theses, dissertations, and course papers I've had the honor to read. And let me confirm for all of you in the stands what you already know, you have much to be proud of in these students. Graduates, when you leave this building today, and forevermore carry with you the distinction of having received a graduate degree from the George Washington University, you can be proud. Not just because you worked so hard, which I know you did, not just because you persevered and learned something about yourself in the process, but also because within this university, which will now always be affiliated with your name, within this university, there are movements and moments that should make you really proud of that affiliation. For example, what makes me proud is that I can sit with the president of the university at an event about a woman named Ona Judge and learn how she escaped the enslavement of George and Martha Washington. What makes me proud is that the graduate student workers at this university are smart and powerful enough to organize a unionization effort. And that the Faculty Association supports them and stands in solidarity with them. What makes me proud is that GW's Allied in Pride has started a new queer mentorship program this spring. And all this pride I feel, yes, and I hope you feel, is coupled with some urgency and responsibility, because each of these things has happened because people here recognized that what's really important, what really matters, just as much as studying, just as much as working hard, just as much as, writing without dangling participles, what really matters are the contributions you make to your communities. People who devote time to a queer mentoring program or work to unionize are making a contribution to this community. Scholars from the Working Group on Slavery and Its Legacies at GW, who organize events not just to venerate the famous founding father for whom this university was named, but also to critically examine the full political, economic, and racial implications of his actions, are making a contribution to this community. These kinds of contributions are what make this a place you can be proud of. So whatever's next for you, whatever organization you're about to work for, whatever other university you might be ready to enter to complete even more graduate work, whatever family or families you're part of, whatever PTA or neighborhood council or grocery co-op or civic organization you serve on, it is your contributions to these communities that's going to fix the world. And as Me Too and Black Lives Matter and the state violence in Gaza this week have made sorely clear, the world needs fixing. And here is where the wise advice of Major Everett Jones comes in. For a successful marriage, he said, make the bed together every day. The part of that you might not even be hearing is the everyday part. Contributing, engaging in activism, fixing the world, it's an everyday activity, just like making your bed. You never get to the point where you're done, where the world is fixed, where it's just like, okay, the bed's gonna stay made forever. No, you've gotta sleep in it, and then you gotta wake up in the morning and make it again. Graduates about to have your degrees in hand, you might have thought that that meant you're done. But the truth is that with that degree, you are now prepared to make that bed, to contribute to your communities with even more skills, more knowledge, more humility, more wisdom than you could have the day before. If you contribute together with the people in your communities every day, just like you make the bed, you really are going to make this world a place where we can all take refuge. So I congratulate you on preparing yourself for all the bed making in your future. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Ken. Dean Jeffrey Brand will now present an award for excellence in graduate student mentoring. Dean Brand.
The award for excellence in graduate faculty mentoring is given to a faculty member nominated by graduate students. Mentoring and advising are crucial to the intellectual life and career trajectories of graduate students across the arts, sciences, and professions. A good advisor helps students select appropriate plans of study and closely monitors their progress. A good mentor can be a source of wisdom and expertise, an inspiring role model, a compassionate critic, a sounding board, an advocate, a career counselor. The 2017-18 Award for Excellence in Graduate Faculty Mentoring is presented to Dr. Dmitry Streletsky, Assistant Professor of Geography and International Affairs. Yes. There's more. Dr. Streletsky's areas of expertise include the Arctic environment, climatic variability and change, permafrost and glaciology, geomorphology, spatial statistics and geographic information systems, and the geology of Russia. Students are effusive in their praise of Dr. Streletsky. Still a junior faculty member, he's been mentoring graduate students since arriving at GW in 2010. Students say he, quote, sets the example of high-quality mentoring. They describe his teaching style as, quote, pragmatic and all-encompassing, using any situation as a learning opportunity. No questions too small for his attention, from the basics of Microsoft Excel to advanced geomorphic theory. One student observes that few professors are as comfortable teaching over helicopter communications or knee-deep in mud on the tundra as they are behind the lectern. A, quote, critical resource and amiable colleague, Dr. Streletsky is willing to engage with students and help them grow as academics, professionals, and individuals. He consistently imparts professional skills as well as classroom knowledge, enabling students to participate in field schools and conferences around the world, in the USA, Russia, Canada, Italy, Portugal, Switzerland, France, and through a field school in Siberia for GW students that he and a graduate student arranged. Dr. Streletsky has also played an important role in students' decisions to pursue the PhD in geography. In the words of one, his, quote, high professional and academic standards have pushed me to achieve the most I possibly could in my 2 years of graduate school. Please join me in congratulating this year's winner of the Columbian College Award for Excellence in Graduate Faculty Mentoring, Dr. Dmitry Streletsky.
Each spring, departments in the college nominate an outstanding graduate student who has evidenced exceptional scholarship to serve as the speaker at our celebration program. Our student speaker at this celebration for the graduate degree recipients is Kelly Harrow. A 2011 graduate of Michigan State with a dual degree in history and English, Kelly earned graduate certification in secondary education and began professional life as a high school English teacher. After 5 years teaching 11th and 12th grade English and humanities, she decided that her real passion lay in the world of informal education and made the shift to a career in museum education through GW's Museum Studies program. Awarded the Dean's Fellowship Award, Kelly started the Museum Studies Master's Program in Exhibition Design and Public Engagement track in 2016. Determined to make the most of her GW connections, she completed internships in 2 years on top of full-time graduate coursework, finishing with a 3.97 GPA. Those internships included time at the DAR Museum, the Newseum, and the National Air and Space Museum's Udvar-Hazy campus, developing an interactive STEM program for middle school students called TechQuest. Most recently, Kelly has been an interim business manager for the National Society of Colonial Dames of America. After graduation, Kelly expects to get back to the world of museum education. Hopefully, she'll have an update soon. Kelly.
Thank you. As Dr. King mentioned, I came to the Museum Studies program at GW after half a decade spent teaching high school English. Just 6 years ago, almost to the day, I stood on a stage much like this one and spoke to graduating high school seniors on their commencement day. As the chair of the graduation committee, it was my job to give the commencement address and share the perspective-shifting wisdom and advice for a life well lived that only a sage mentor can offer. I was 23. So I don't know what I said, but I'm guessing it was probably along the lines of follow your dreams. And that's brilliant. You should write that down so you don't forget it. In preparing these remarks, I initially planned to reflect on the inversion that now I found myself addressing you not as a teacher, but as a student. But of course, that isn't true, just as it isn't true for any of you. With the degrees you'll earn today comes the responsibility to do two things. First, in whatever you do, you must always be a teacher. And second, you must remain a student and a learner for the rest of your lives. I learned the balance of these two identities through nearly every experience I've had at GW. I worked as museum educator at institutions around the DMV. Teaching is a habit I'm incapable of shaking, and I promise there's no better feeling than being responsible for that light in someone's eyes when they realize the world is so awesome. On the flip side, last spring, I started an internship at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, truly a dream opportunity and one of those experiences that made me so glad that I went to GW. My job there was to write the script for a multi-station, big-budget, virtual reality learning experience that taught rocket science to middle school students. Race to the Moon, it was called, and it would cover orbital mechanics, lunar geography, NASA engineering, and the physics of space travel. There was just one tiny, nagging, monumental issue, which was that I really didn't know anything about science. For some reason, my high school let you choose your science classes like electives, and in my senior year, when my friends took physics and engineering, I took genetics, which was great. Then in undergrad, they also let you choose your science classes. So you know what I did? I took genetics again. So I walked into this internship at the Air and Space Museum quite literally having never taken a physics class in my life. I looked at diagrams of multi-stage rockets and charts calculating ideal launch windows, and they truly may as well have been written in Mandarin. And in the beginning, when 11-year-olds would ask me, how do rocket engines work? I said, through science. So what did I do? I dove so deeply into the study of space that it became a part of who I was. For months, I exclusively read books about space and watched movies about space and dragged my husband to programs about space. It got to that point, the point where friends would see something related to astronomy and say to each other, hey, you should text Kelly, we saw a thing about space. That feeling of being brand spanking new again, of knowing nothing, was the most delicious feeling in the world. And I'll tell you what, I've been chasing that high ever since. The only advice that I'm qualified to share with you today is to remember in whatever comes next that sometimes you'll be the expert and sometimes you'll be the student, and there's beauty in both. Don't settle into mastery without seeking opportunities to be in awe of how much you still don't know. In inexperience lies the promise of wonder. Don't either collect knowledge like a miser and keep that power to yourself. Find opportunities every day to be a teacher. And with that calling in mind, the next time an 11-year-old asks me, how do we get to the moon? Or graduating high schoolers probe, you've got a master's degree, got any sage advice? I'll say, well, in 1960, the entire world only knew a reality where no human being had ever reached space. But 9 years later, we stuck 3 astronauts in the nose of a rocket and sent them hurtling over 230,000 miles to do what 1 decade earlier most people thought was impossible. So you'd better believe that we got to the moon by chasing our dreams. It looks like I had it right all along. Thank you.
A number of our graduates have been selected to receive special awards, prizes, and honors. Let me call your attention to the names of those awardees who are listed inside your program. At this time, we would like to recognize the remarkable achievements and talents of our graduates by first asking all of the departmental awardees and prize winners who are listed in the program to please stand and remain standing. prize winners, awardees, please stand. Please remain standing. May I ask anyone who was inducted into an honor society or obtained a grant, published a paper, or gave a conference presentation to stand as well. And now, to join them, may I ask anyone who finished a dissertation, a thesis, a capstone project, an exhibition, a recital, a portfolio, a paper, in fact, any exam or paper or special project or juried work or recital, please stand. Congratulations to all of these honored graduates. Thank you. Please sit down now. It is now our pleasure to introduce one by one your sons and daughters, spouses, parents, and special friends whose noble achievement we celebrate with these festivities. In order that none of the names of the honorees will get lost, we ask that you withhold your applause until all of the graduates have been presented, at which time we will join together in saluting all. As Dean Vincent takes his place in the front of the podium, let me ask the faculty marshals to please step forward and introduce our graduates to our guests. Again, please hold your congratulations until all have been presented.
Professor Tom Guglielmo from the Department of American Studies. Samantha Citarella. Brianna Nobles. Jenna Friedberg. Ashley Ray Smith. Emily Quartaroni. Chelsea Hallingney. And Hirschfeld, PhD from Anatomical and Translational Sciences Program. Carissa Barella. Merit Mekonnen. Daniela Rivera. Annie Gensel. Nicole Matlock. Nicholas Ryan. Yajesh Rampertop. Professor David Brown from Anthropology and Human Paleobiology. Marley Richmond. Megan Rondo. Amber Nobgard. Samantha Lubrano. Kelsey Adams. Alyssa Lang. Tony Simone. David Gassett. Jake Thatcher from the Department of Anthropology. And from the Department of Art Therapy, Professor Heidi Bardo. Rick Conway. Kitana Pribi. Diana Diaz. Sarah Neese. Leila Matheson Orstrom. Hoon Hee Cho. Bani Mulhotra. Luisa Marino Garcia. Huiliang Shui. Iman Khatib. Alberta Gmaboadi. Taylor Hollingsworth. Anna Radakovich. Ronnie Kempenich. Shandell Edelman. Jennifer Awad. Mary Stewarts. Lauren Schlanger. Lauren Kim. Sonia Castro. Julia Carol Meeker. Sarah Shoemaker. Christina Hagemeyer. Katie Alexander. Ran Hua. Carmen Paulson. Professor Patricia Hernandez from the Department of Biological Sciences. Carly Cohen. Dustin Cooper. Catherine Norman. Tiffany Smith. From the Department of Chemistry, Professor Cynthia Dowd. Wei Chin Wang. Professor Liana Chen from the Master's Program in Chinese Language and Culture. Yewei Tao Wu. Men Ke Zhou. The Director of Graduate Studies from the MFA in Classical Acting, Professor Leslie Jacobson. Classical Acting, David Pesta.
From the Communication Management Program, Master's Program, Professor Mena Liu. Faculty? No? Okay. Daniel Ginab. Alexandra Nepper. Jada Matthews. Ryan Matthews.
Professor Brian Wright from the Department of Data Science. Jasmine Sami. Robert Rapena. Tarek Elduzar. Elvin Aoyang. Mark Timms. Nathan Hall. Vijashri Rangasamy. Apurva Patak. Puneet Kumar Singh. Mahima Joshi. Yaso? Yes. Maria Yaso. Nikhil Swami. Nagababu Avula. Teresalina Páez Martínez. Chunwei Luo. Drew Chetter. Strain Wang. Ansh Gandhi. Jaquan Outlaw. Dolan Yao. Professor? No. For the Department of Data Science, Praneeth Tamvada. Nikita Kandikonda. Mayank Chowdhury. Nikhil Kayal. Elizabeth Richlinsky. Jacob McKay. Congratulations. Brett Schultz. Megan Fuller. Michael Arango. Skomel. Brent Skomel. Fei Tang. Jiayuan Yang. Muchi. Oh. Alicia Romero Musi. Ernesto Herbert. Sharon Kulkarni. Prerna Agnihotri. Mrigank Tiwari. Daniel Anderson. You are hungry? Jessica Onona. Farhana Farouzi. San Wang. Huan Zuo. Shu Xuangu. Zheng Zhengyu. Xiao Jiage. Hui Xinrao. Jiao Yue Liu. Jifei He. Qianwen Liu. 家庭城、热营城、文思湖、若鱼王、君流。Is this an L? Yeah, okay, great. 路球。同村。陈协。李旭。四一流。杜成金。Catherine Acton. Autumn Tony. Wei Wei Li. Kan Ninggao. Yi Tingluo. Jia Yiyang. Yu Tingfeng. Si Yuanhu. Jia Chenxu. Yao Liu. Han Boli. Tian Yang. Qing Chen. Professor Elizabeth Deans from the Department of Decorative Arts and Design History. Elizabeth Fox. Michelle Lee Hopkins. Jennifer Page Hackney. Matthew Monk. Department of Economics, Professor Sumi Joshi. Charles Eason. Who's this? Joseph Cordes from the Program of Applied Economics. Petra Ferankova. Sorry. Alex Wang. Mario Escarcega. Tan Zhang. Ying He. Let's pause briefly. Yeah. Biying Zhu. Timothy Beggs. Congrats. Stephen Legrand. Chinemelu Okafor. Yang Nkandawire. Professor Chris Stan from the Department of English. Sujin Kwan. Ling Liu.
Megna.
Hannah McNabb. Sean Maddock. Professor Houston Miller from the Department of Environmental and Green Chemistry. Han Xiyu. Chiu Hui Wang. Erin Blasberg. Patrick Rea. The Department of Exhibition Design in the Corcoran School of the Arts and Design, Professor Barbara Brennan. Chloe Alexander. Lily Hoffman. Tatiana Neumann. Elizabeth Bikoski. Paloma Olais. Rafan Bakali. Ting Zhao. Breck Taylor. Catherine Han. Jong-un Kim. Yunwen Zhu. Sarah Al-Khadair. Mabel Leilani Campbell. Alexandra Leary. Jill Hess. At once? Impressive. Listen. Professor Kristen McKnight Sethi from Art History and the Fine Arts in the Corcoran School of the Arts and Design. Leila Randera. Jennifer Chipon. Elizabeth Doorley.
Glaze. Glaze.
Jacqueline Gase. Wei Shun Chu. Alexandria Sayers. Amber Streaker. Olivia Weber. Professor Richard Kuter from the Department of Forensic Psychology. Alfreda Simone Stewart. Leticia Garcilaso Green. Sydney Boone. Andelin Medina. Richmond Hayes. Andrew Cecil. Michelle Mazanek. Lindsay Schmidt. Catherine Taylor. Rachel Johnson. Kyra Steed. Jasmine Racer. Danica Hill. Fiona Bardi. Jasmine Phillips. Alexis Massey. Becca Bergquist. Faye Honig. Jessica Konecki. Danelle Ibarra. Paulina Diaz. Emily Van Blargen. Stamatia Tsakos. Madison Sinsti. Lacey Eigel. Shannon Donilevy. Chloe Sanders. Kendall Cristaldo. Amal Saleh. Dana Lorraine Brundage. Helene Reyes. Evu Jernigan. Justina Haas. Emily Schlerer. Benjamin Carlson. Okay. Daniel Hopfinger. Kelly Ehrlichman. Clayton Kovich. Tanner Rape. Lauren Ostrander. Justin Safar. Sarah Queller. Megan Mullis. Victoria Ann Duncirlo. Kerry Kane. Sarah Tamorpur. Dawn Carla Jones. Rebecca Quinn. Christine Scott. Kimberlyn Walton. Brittany Blanchard. Professor Ian Marginian from the Department of Forensic Sciences. Vanessa Cardona. Caitlin Long. Cecilia Ochoa. Kayla Lapworth. Alexis Brown. Courtney Richardson. Angie? Carolyn Angie. Jonathan Duffy. Jacob Hawk. Zamin Raza. Nicholas Drury. Jessica Colburn. Christine Hamrick. Grisel Rodriguez. William Carter Jr. Rachel Holderly. Rebecca Hart. Timothy Graham. Ria Tekdi. Naira Rashad. Brandy Iorio. Jordan Edgel. Dre Marsh. Haley Sa. Kaylee Most. Stephanie Wicks. Sunny Fu. Subix Chandrasekhar. Adam Sabolik. Aliyah Heath. Vincent Yuan. Department of Photography, Professor Nikolai Shiklomanov. Megan Rohr. Hannah Wang. Brendan Cox. Kemisha Cassidy. Keen McDermott. John William Cromer Carroll. Luis Jacob Suter. Shannon Margarita Patty Stoddart. Amanda Jean Fletcher. Catherine Diana Cann. Samuel Willard Guilford. Edward Corning Painter. From the History Department, Professor Hugh Agnew. Jason Denclaw. Taylor Provost. Dominic Charles. Professor Aaron Speck from the Department of Interior Architecture. Hannah Bock. Mariel González Prada.
Bindev.
Sarah Bideau. Laurel Gannam. Shelby Thrasher. Ashley Berry. Christina McClemens. Jessica Whitehurst. Wan Yu Yin. Nefertari Mohammed. Shalita Perkins. William Dooner. Shane Mayer. Kenechukwu Ugutke. Summer Moore. Professor Mohammed Fakfouri from the Director of the MA Program in Islamic Studies. Sheda Karaolum. Halim Khoiri. Kelly El Yakubi. Yile.
Sure.
Professor Daniel Schwartz in the Department of Jewish Cultural Arts.
Thank you.
Katarzyna Pietrzak.
From the Department of Mathematics, Dr. Valentina Harazanov. Nina Ning. Arturo Rodriguez Ramirez. From the School of Media and Public Affairs, Dr. David Karpf. Congratulations. Jagar DeMarco. Simone Jackenthal. Karen Evelyn. Morgan Routman. Victoria Piccoli. Alyssa Nunez. Danielle Cohen. Oh, Annie Rosenthal? Okay. Annie Rosenthal. Okay. Zijao Lao. Bingshun Lao. Meredith Frank. Darcy Roberts. Zoe Lichtenheld. Catherine Jaris. Patrick Faust. Hungfei Chung from the Dr. Hungfei Chung from Media and Strategic Communication. Haley Rogers. Fernando Ariaza. Scott Nover. Robert Vincent Bartnichak. Alexander Chavers. Taylor Walters. Okay, thank you. From the Department of Museum Studies, Corcoran School of the Arts and Design, Dr. Laura Chavo. Katie Benz. Emily Neckrich.
This is Emma Campbell.
Emma Campbell. Emma Campbell. Karen Toole. Faculty? Yep. Oh, you're a student? Okay. All right. Meghna Saha. Jaye Wu. Kelly Mano. Eleanor Gibson. Harrow? Kelly Harrow. Katie McKendry. Jonas. Okay. Rachel Jonas. Heather Ash. Casey Elaviano. Evan Chen. Shelby Stovall. Shelly Albee. Eden Sloan. Stephanie Lepsick. Courtney Asher. Alicia Ankin. Ivy Albright. Kelsey Millay. Bryn Cooley. Rachel McKean. Kelsey Atwood. Gorbati, okay. Maria Gorbati. Catherine Yon. Kelly Henderson. Sarah Barton. Sarah Crosswy. Sarah Bradley. Kaylee Dunmeyer. Padulo. Hannah Padulo. Schneider. Jennifer Ann Schneider. Megan Crawford. Alex LeBlanc. Andrew Ramsey. Kate Sherwood. Melissa Vincent. Madeline Barnes. Marissa Monell. Rachel Rips. Victoria Georges. Ryan. Amanda Ryan. Emma Cowan Young. From the program of New Media Photojournalism from the Corcoran School of Arts and Design, Dr. Susan Sterner. Shanahan. Michael Shanahan. Melito. Maggie Rose Melito. Hey, how you doing? Joy Imani Bullock. Maria Luz Bravo. Donnie Lian Miao. Adil Siddiqui. Good. From the program in Organizational Sciences and the LEAD program, Dr. Jonathan Moat. Tanisha Woodard. Shan Shu. Congratulations. Melanie Enriquez. Emily Davis. John Wiggins. Carr, right? Yeah, that's right. Takesha Carr. Elizabeth Slifkin. Laura Chews. Yeah, I work with it. Zhuo Jin. Is it Gears, right? Gears with the G. Right. Parker Gears. Jordan Zender. Chijiaku Maduka. Congrats. Nathaniel Poirot. Faculty? Yep. Okay, one second. From the program of Leadership, Education, and Development, LEAD, Oniba Duodu. Wahid? Ryan Wahid. Anthony Testino. Robert Johnson. Megan Middleton. Rebecca Carlson. Morgan O'Green. Marina Narnatovich. Okay. Ajit Kumar, right? Okay. From molecular biochemistry and bioinformatics, Dr. Ajit Kumar. Tiffany Smith. Yoshen Liu. From the Department of Philosophy, Laura Popish. Dr. Laura Popish. Molly Kelly. Terrell. Ethan Terrell. Amanda Stagnaro. Sarah T. Elizabeth Craig. Daniel Garfing. Richard Colbreth. Erica Carlson. Courtney White. Tali Biton. From the Department of Physics, Professor Harold W. Grishammer. Junjie Liao. Junjie Liao. From the Department of Political Science, Professor Brandon Bartels. Emma Zimmerman. You faculty? Okay. I'll just announce it. Okay. I'll just announce it, yeah. From the Department of Legal Institutions and Theory, Molly Ramsey. Aubrey Odell. Paulina Sarah Markarian. Tika Yu Mallory. Okay. Tiaka Yu Mallory. For the Department of Sociology and Criminology, Professor Antoine Jones. Isaac Wallace. Jaquan Epps. Alexandra Rose D'Alessio. Shrusti Upadhyay. Colleen McBride. Guler. Asli Guler. Rachel Fairchild. Casey Amory. Noggle? Yeah, that's right. How you doing? Olivia Nuggle. Erica Henderson. Sijing Liu. Okay. From the program in Speech, Language, and Hearing Sciences, Francis Suibial. Okay. Amy Evans. Kai Alterman. Shannon Wheeler. Glassband. Allison Glassband. Nunduni Srinivasun. Kelly Johnson. Samantha Dickinson. Priya Chandravardhan Patel. Ellen Gers. Samantha Sinisi. Kristen Davis. Natalie Murky. Nicole Meglia. Claire Burgos. Caitlin Jones. Corbett. Emily Corbett. Robeson. Chloe Robeson. Griffiths. Sarah Griffiths. Samreen Unwer. Alyssa Giegrick. Kelly Jones. Alexandra Zagoris. Abigail Anderson. Neda Washana. Caroline Kaufman. Esther Nam. Michael S. Ferguson. Emma Feldman. Alara Sabunchin. Elise Walquist. Dara Yazdani. Lee Mora. Chang Lin. Meng Chen Sui. Jinru Chen. Yangshu Wang. Chiodi Wang. Yifeng Bi. Taisha Wang. Jiachen Li. Zien Liu. Congrats. Fan Chao. Chen Rao. Zhengguan Chen. Chicheng Chang. Yi Hu. Bowen Tzi. Yifan Zhang. Minke Lu. Tao Tsui. Zhongyi Xu. Wu Xue. Hantao Li. Yuquan Li. Min Fang. Shui Dong. Song Tao Song, Shutzi Dong, Xiaojing Zhao, Yanfei Wong, Jun Liu, Ming Ni, Jiaxi Li, Zuyan Zheng, Juxing Wang, Xiaoyan Yin, He Chi, Sunwei Shu, Na Ran, Kai Yue Zheng, Xiao Yu Shao, Xie Xuan, Yufei Guo, Manjing Chang, Mengmen Ge, Samin Zheng, Juyan Lang, Zhixiang Gan, Ben Southgate, Ranjani Gunipudi, Yunhan Lo, Shu Yan, Boye, Dui Miao, Xiao Lu Wang, Xian Li, Zhu Tao Cheng, Yihong Wang, Li Hixin Shen, Carlos Borges Torre Albuquerque. From the Department of Biostatistics, Professor Judy Wang. Gladius Cola? Gladius Cola or Cola? Okay. Gladius Cola. Okay. Kuren. Xiaowei Cheng. From the Environmental Resource Policy Program in Trachtenberg School, Professor Peter Linquiti. Michael Straight. Susanna? Okay. Susana Navas. Alexis Lopez Sapero. Megan Demeter. Danielle Schultz. Anila Chihaya. Murgas. Rolando Murgas. I got it. Charles Cevallos. How? Grace Howe. Dallas Shattuck. Javid. Marvi Javid. Beji Sawanan. Jeet Vora. From the Program of Public Administration in the Trachtenberg School, Professor Stephanie Cellini. Kevin Sullivan. Ashley Trick. Heather Sipu. Amber Carter. Gallagher. Kathleen Gallagher. Retiker. Julia Retiker Flynn. Pauline Hill. Karen Obando. Tatiana Nin. Richard Pizer III. Joshua Foster. Evan Pretzlaff. Jessica Burnell. Megan Matson. Grace Mauser. Hope Ajayi. Jackie Wang. Tony Krisky. Brittany A. Harris. Martuli Lewis. Nicole Clements. Leah Kapek. Ditipriya Sanyal. Cassandra Cubes. Amanda Roach. Jordan Pick. Ryan Sweeney. Lauren Howard. Lawrence Farrell III. Abigail Johnson. Aaron Miner. Adam Paul Hamus. From the Master's Program in Public Policy in the Trachtenberg School, Professor Elizabeth Rigby. Morel Herrera. Catherine Capri Bradley. Tinsei Gabriel. Elizabeth May Moorhead. Evan Bursey. Lee Winkler. Sadaf Asrar. Griswold. Emily Griswold. Jordan Herring. Maroney? Yeah. Emily Del Maroney. Claire Vile. Krefsky. Elizabeth Krefsky. Ellen Hamilton. Sarah Linder. Lauren King. Jessica Cleveland Brady. Blanco. Sarah Blanco. Brant Miller. Ariel Atherley. Ether. Elizabeth Ethier. Sophie Godfrey McKee. Julia Edmonds. Langer. Paige Langer. Maywald. Sean Maywald. Alexander Grant King. Email. Email. Caroline Rose Email. Matthew Dotzler. Michael Steinberg. Jason Marshall. Soka. Bruno Zucca. Mark Anthony Hernandez. Amanda K. Swanson. Shelley Starkey. Laura Erickson. Julia Robertson. Kelsey Wilson. Daniel Landsman. Haley Dunn. Sarita Sapkota. Melissa Diliberti. Tahir Alberga? Tahir Alberga. Nathaniel Rupp. Coyne. Thomas Coyne. Sigrid Johannesdottir, yes. From the Department of Theater and Dance, Professor Sigrid Johannesdottir. Jingwei Dai. Kelvin Small Jr. Xiao Xiao Wang. From the Departments of Women's, Gender and Sexuality Studies and Public Policy and Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies, Professor Cynthia Deach. Kaya McConnell. Granada. Emily Granada. Xiaoxian Liang. Rasmus? Yes. Emma West Rasmus. Nicholas J. Derda.
Please join me in saluting all of the degree candidates here today. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to call upon Dean Ben Vincent III to deliver his charge to the graduating class. This weekend, Dean Vincent will deliver his last charge to a GW Arts and Sciences graduating class, as he will be leaving to assume the position of Provost and Academic Vice President at Case Western Reserve University. Dean Vinson joined our enterprise 5 years ago, and like all of you, he too has left an indelible imprint on our institution. During his tenure, Dean Vinson led the integration of the Corcoran School of Arts and Design with our school, collaborated on the opening of the Science and Engineering Hall, facilitated the establishment of new graduate and undergraduate programs and institutes, and launched initiatives to support funding for faculty research and diversity in the school. Most recently, he has led us toward a more engaged liberal arts education that combines theory and practice with emphasizing innovative learning and interdisciplinary research. Dean Vinson, thank you for the energy you brought to our enterprise and for your commitment to academic excellence. We salute you and wish you much success in your new endeavor. And now, Dean Vinson, I am pleased to present you the graduating class of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences, the class of 2018.
Thank you, Dr. King, for your introduction, for those kind remarks. I want to thank you as well for all that you do to make these celebrations possible. Thank you. It gives me tremendous pleasure to welcome each of you here today as we celebrate years of hard work, diligence, intellectual inquiry that has resulted from your earning a degree from the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences at the George Washington University. One more round of applause for our graduates. As has been referenced by our previous speakers, this occasion marks an important turning point in your life. The degree you receive symbolizes the passing of the baton to a new generation, a generation equipped with the power of knowledge and creativity and armed with the transformative ability to move the world through your work and your deeds. It is now your turn to confer knowledge, to advance your fields, to move the goalposts of existing intellectual frontiers. So while today marks the end of one journey, I can assure you that your life experiences are just beginning. As Dr. King mentioned, this weekend marks the final leg of my own journey here at the George Washington University, and like many of you, I'm moving on to this new chapter, and I'm grappling with a mixture of emotions. I'm excited about the opportunities ahead, but I'm also experiencing a tinge of anxiety and, yes, sadness as I say goodbye to what has become so familiar and so important to my life. For me, as I hope it has been for you, my GW experience is one that I will always cherish. I truly feel that I've made connections that will last a lifetime. And that's really because of you. Every interaction, every meeting, every event, every game, every opportunity to engage with you, whether it was in front of the food trucks or at Roti or in my office, all of this has made a deep and lasting impression on me. Your level of accomplishment and your level of potential is astounding, mesmerizing. You're smart, quick, alert, driven, demanding, caring. You are our future. And in seeing you operate, the future is incredibly bright. All of the faculty on this stage, we are here because of you. And it has been our joy to serve as your offensive lineman, your blocker, your tackler, as you've navigated your academic career. As I stand here this morning looking out at all of you, mindful of what you've accomplished, I feel confident that you are ready for your tomorrow. Now, being a historian, I've often reflected on how our past can serve to guide and elevate our tomorrows. Not only in the context of the careers that we choose, but in the way that we conduct our lives, how we treat our fellow human beings, how we contribute to the advancement of our society. Not too long ago, one of our alumni sent me a speech that was delivered on commencement night in 1848, over 170 years ago. The audience was the first gathering of the GW Alumni Association, and the speaker, Mr. Robert Cushman, was one of the very first graduates of the Columbian College. Cushman graduated in 1825, just 3 years after the Columbian College had first opened its doors. Now, you wouldn't have recognized the place. There were just 3 faculty members, 1 tutor, 1 building, 30 undergraduates. And brace yourselves. These undergraduates paid $60 a year in tuition, $25 in room and board. Now, Cushman went on to become a distinguished educator and minister, and on that warm, probably mosquito-ridden night in 1848, he delivered a powerful message that is as relevant now as it was then. He said, and I quote, "The things that are really essential for a successful life are not circumstances, but qualities. Not the things which surround a man, but the things which are inside. Not the adjuncts of his position, but the attributes of his character." End quote. Through his words, Cushman was emphasizing the role that deep principles play in guiding our life choices, noting that those choices are not merely about, quote, the selection of the objects to be aimed at, but the means of reaching them, end quote. The past helps illuminate moments in time, both past and present. When Cushman spoke to that group of 27 alumni, his listeners were most likely anxious about the times in which they lived. Not unlike today, it was a contentious period in our history. We were a union divided. We were at arms, feeling uneasy about what was to come. The Mexican-American War was drawing to a close, while another, more divisive war loomed on the horizon. The injustices and the immorality of slavery were tearing at the very fabric of our young nation. And women, who would hold their first march for voting rights later that year, were beginning to question the very essence of their roles in this society. In 1848, it would have been unimaginable to see the diversity that I see before me today. GW did not admit its first female students for another 40 years, and it would remain racially segregated until 1954. That brings us back to today. We are now in another critical and divisive moment in our history. We are struggling with who we are and how we fit into this global world. We are polarized, divided, our biases often fueled by disinformation. Our differences are magnified by misunderstanding. And perhaps most troubling to me as an educator and a historian, the immeasurable benefits of deep knowledge, of careful analysis, thoughtful collaboration, transparent dialogue are being undermined. But as is often the case in history, challenging times can lead to fresh opportunities, enlightened pathways for positive change. And you, as newly minted graduates, are the change makers. You can determine what happens next. To coin the words of our recent distinguished visitor to campus, French President Emmanuel Macron, quote, "You will be the ones to decide." You can choose a path of positive engagement, constructive collaboration, and principled decision-making because you have cultivated an agile and exploratory mind, one that recognizes the power of diversity and the pressing need for thoughtful and open exchange of ideas and information. Through your education, you are now equipped with the reasoning and analytical skills to think broadly, to appreciate humanistic approaches, to arrive at innovative solutions to the problems that draw from a rich and vast array of knowledge. During your time here, you have not been restricted by the rigid rules governing both the curriculum and student life that existed during Robert Cushman's day. Instead, you have been exposed to an engaged liberal arts, where the focus is on cultivating deep learning and lateral thinking to animate the mind, and where you are prepared to be productive citizens, ready to contribute to the world around you. Graduates, this is your time. We need you now more than ever. You are our future innovators, our future humanitarians, lawyers, politicians. You are our educators, our scientists, our social workers, our communications artists, our artists. And while you are graduating in a world that is rife with conflict and complexity, it is also a world that is full of opportunity, where everyone is an entrepreneur, where everyone is wired, connected, and where employment can be found in every sector of our economy, public, private, and nonprofit. This is your time to be thoughtful, to be informed, to probe, to ask questions, to allow your ethical and moral compass to lead you to an honest and engaged and meaningful life. As Robert Cushman alluded to so many years ago, don't gauge your success by the things that you accumulate or how high you climb the career ladder, but by the quality of your life and how through small kindness or even grand gestures, you are moving our global society forward. Graduates, you are the change makers, and this is your time. Graduates, we wish you all the best as you embark on the next leg of your journey. I know that it will be an exciting, challenging, and rewarding ride. Once again, all of us on this stage and your GW community congratulates you on everything that you've achieved. Your university, your alma mater, is so incredibly proud of everything that you've done and everything that you will achieve. Thank you, class of 2018.
Graduates, please remember to wear your Columbian College Medal Sundae on the National Mall, and when you are introduced and recognized by the Dean, I trust that you will let everyone in Washington know that you are present. A sincere note of thanks to those who helped make today special for all of our graduates, including the staff in the Dean's office and the Smith Center, and especially Professors Samaniego and Olson for introducing our graduates today. Ladies and gentlemen, as you leave the building, please be mindful of your safety and that of your party. You will be exiting onto a busy street full of city traffic. Rather than linger for photos and greetings nearby, we recommend that you move to the open spaces on the University Yard and Kogan Plaza or the steps of Funger Hall. To close our program, we ask everyone to join in the singing of the GW Alma Mater, the words and music of which you will find at the end of your program. Immediately after, this year's Columbian College honored graduate Kelly Haro will come forward and accept the school pennant from Dean Vinson. Following this symbolic act, signifying the conveyance of knowledge from one generation to the next, Ms. Haro will lead the platform party and the faculty from the arena. We will appreciate your kindness in remaining in your places until the conclusion of the program and the Dean's party, the faculty, and graduates have left the arena. Would you now please rise?